guys, today we're going to be talking about comparatives, which obviously is when you are comparing two things. First, we're going to talk about when you're comparing adjectives. So you should probably recognize this symbol, which means more than. So if you're going to say that something is more plus an adjective than something else, you're going to use más que. So for example, Luna es más, I hate this pen, pequeña que yo. Luna is more small than I am. In English, you can say smaller. In Spanish, that doesn't exist. So if you want to say like tall, you don't say taller, you say more tall or less tall. Or if you want to say small, you would say more small or less small. Okay, and then if you want to say something is less adjective than, it would be menos que. So for example, Rod, who's my husband, es menos organizado que yo. So Rod is less organized than I am. So note here we're using the adjective, and the adjective has to match to whatever we're comparing. So Luna is singular and feminine, so pequeña is going to be singular and feminine. Rod is singular and masculine, so organizado is going to be singular or masculine. So if you want to say something is more something than something else, it'd be más que. Less something than something else, it'd be menos que. If I want to say something is as an adjective, as something else, so for example, el libro es tan interesante como la película. The book is as interesting as the movie. So more than, less than, or as. And they're going to have whatever adjective you're comparing in between, and the adjective is going to need to match in number and gender. So el libro, singular masculine, interesante, singular and masculine. More than, less than, equal to. Okay, when you're comparing something that is not an adjective, you're going to basically do the same thing, but you're not going to separate them. So in the previous example, we had more adjective que or less adjective que. In this sense, we're going to have me gusta hacer zumba, and then the words are going to be together, más que correr. So I'm not comparing an adjective, I'm comparing two verbs. So I like to do zumba more than to run. Menos que is going to be less than, so como la pizza menos que los tacos. So I eat pizza less than tacos. So I'm comparing the noun of pizza and tacos, which means that I'm not comparing an adjective, and I'm just going to put menos que together. Tanto como, as. So in the last one, when you're comparing an adjective, it's tan, adjective, como. If you're comparing something that's not an adjective, it's going to be tanto como, and it's going to be together with nothing between. So, te gusta leer tanto como mirar la televisión? Do you like to read as much as watch TV? Hopefully that makes sense. More than, less than, equal to. Basically the same thing, but this is when you don't have an adjective, they go together. They're not separated by an adjective in between. And then tanto gets the longer form rather than the tan with adjectives. Okay, so a couple things you have to remember. There are irregular comparatives. So, for example, in Spanish, you cannot say más bueno, which would be more good. Just like in English, you don't say more good or gooder. You would say better, which is going to be mejor que. So, for example, Harry Potter es mejor que Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter is, I hate this marker. Okay, Harry Potter is better than Lord of the Rings. Also in Spanish, you can't say más malo, so you don't say more bad or badder. You say worse. So in Spanish, that would be peor que. That's P-E-O-R. Sorry, peor que. For example, Chick-fil-A es peor que Zaxby's. So instead of saying it's more, wow, I don't know what just happened. Instead of saying it's more bad, you'd say it's worse. Chick-fil-A is worse than Zaxby's. Okay. Also in Spanish, you can't say more old. Viejo or vieja, remember, is old. You wouldn't say old, more old. You would say older, which is going to be mayor que. I really don't know what is happening right now. Okay, mayor, M-A-Y-O-R-K, older than. Soy mayor que ustedes. Más joven would be more young. You don't want to say more young, you want to say younger, which would be menor que. M-E-N-O-R, menor que. So Luna es menor que ustedes. So, oh God. Yo soy mayor que ustedes. I am older than you all. Luna es menor que ustedes. Luna is younger than you all. Okay, so let's practice a little bit. She likes cats more than dogs. Remember to say that she likes something. We're always going to start with and then we're going to go with ella because we're talking about her. And then we have to have the indirect object pronoun, which is going to be lay because it's singular for her, ella, lay. And then to like is gustar, so it could either be singular or plural. Cats is plural, which means gustan is going to be plural. A ella le gustan los gatos. And then remember, more than is going to be más que, more than, los perros. She likes cats more than dogs. I'm not comparing an adjective, so I have más que goes together. Okay, cheese is better than yogurt. Cheese, remember, is el queso, es. And then remember, you don't say more good, you say better, which is going to be mejor que el yogur. El queso es mejor que el yogur. She is as tall as Rebecca. Ella es as adjective as. So we're going to do the tan form plus the adjective, which is going to be alto or alta. Ella is feminine, so it's going to be alta, and then como. Tan, adjective, como. Rebecca. We eat as much as we drink. Nosotros comemos. And then I'm not comparing an adjective, I'm comparing a verb. And so we're going to have the longer form, tanto como, together, not separated by an adjective. Tanto como. And then we drink, bebemos. I'm so sorry that this marker is so terrible. I don't know what's happening. Okay, comemos tanto como bebemos. It looks like literally a 4-year-old wrote this. We eat as much as we drink. No space between because we're not comparing an adjective. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.